Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you guys how to play World of Warcraft, how to pick what you want to play in World of Warcraft, because in 2025 there are a lot of different ways to play the game, and I'm going to go over some of those so you guys can find what's best suited for you guys. So the first one, we do have the original World of Warcraft. This is retail version. This is the one that started way back in the day and constantly gets updates, constantly gets newer, and it's just a progressing type of gameplay that you can do everything that you did in the past with slight changes. Gear's different. They're trying to update everything, trying to go max level, do a lot of squishes. So there's a lot to retail, but this is more of a harder version. The mythic fights are way harder. There are some casual stuff you can do, a lot of collections. This is the main game that you can play. So if you're wanting to get into World of Warcraft and you're wanting a progression style gameplay that is always updating, always getting new things, retail is one of those versions for you. Now this is where it might get a little confusing, but it does get a little simpler with gameplay. Classic World of Warcraft, you've probably heard a lot of things. You've probably heard words like Season of Discovery, Hardcore, Anniversary. There's a lot of different ways to play World of Warcraft when it comes to the Classic era. Now, I'm going to go through some things and explain how they are. Classic era is a game type that you will always be in Classic. So Classic World of Warcraft is the first expansion. Not the first expansion. First expansion is the Burning Crusade. The first type of game, which we call vanilla. So that is the original game. It goes up to Naxxramas, so you can play through all of that. And what that is you will always be locked into that game mode. So you'll have the Classic era. So if you want something more simple, Classic era, and you don't want any updates, you don't want anything like that, Classic era is definitely something to pick. Now, we also have Hardcore. What is Hardcore? Hardcore is Classic era with a Hardcore version. So what Classic is, or what Hardcore is if you die, you lose your character. You're done. That is what Hardcore is. It's definitely a very harder version of the game because making it all the way up and getting gear is very hard, but you have those options. Now we have Season of Discovery. Season of Discovery is like Classic with some updates, and they give you different spells and your classes do different things. So if you're looking for maybe a retail / Classic mode, Season of Discovery is definitely something that you might want to give a go at. It is they are trying to produce some new things that have never been seen in World of Warcraft. So if you're a returning player and you're like, I've been there, done that, they do have some different things such as low level raids, and they're doing different raids at a max level, different sized raids for max level. So it is an interesting point of view if you're wanting to get into something like that. Now, we have Anniversary Realms. Anniversary Realms they start in Classic, and then they go through the cycle of expansions, which is Vanilla, the Burning Crusade, and then Wrath of the Lich King. So these will develop all the way until Wrath of the Lich King, and then they'll kind of reset. So if you're wanting to experience the very first expansions, definitely a fun way to do that. Now, we also have Anniversary Realms with Hardcore. So, can you survive all the expansions in a Hardcore version with the Anniversary Realms? That's definitely going to be a harder task, very similar to what Hardcore is anyway, except now that it will be through expansions and things like that. And then we have Classic Cataclysm. Last game mode we have to worry about. Classic Cataclysm is an expansion after Wrath of the Lich King. Now, will Classic Cataclysm go to Classic MOP? I'm not sure. I'm not sure the schedule. But this is another game mode where you can start it out at level 1 and go through the classic Cataclysm scenario. You know, there was different things in Cataclysm. The bosses were the same just back then, but just adding things in. Like I said, you could get very lost in all of the different categories on how to play World of Warcraft. It's very different than it used to be, where you could just log in and play the game. Now you have so many different ways to play the game, so many different realms. It can be super overwhelming, but I will say this. Once you get started, every single classic era, hardcore, Season of Discovery, Cataclysm, anniversary realms, hardcore anniversary realms, and retail, they all have a separate community. And you will always have someone to play with. It is a fun thing to learn how to do all these other things. If you are brand new to the game, if I was brand new, or one of my friends were brand new and they said, what should I do to get into the game? I would recommend 2 different things. I would recommend Classic Era or Anniversary Realms. Anniversary Realms right now are still in the Classic version. It is a great way to get into the game, great way to learn. If you are brand new to the game, give those a go. Have some fun. Like I said, there are communities in every single game mode that we have in World of Warcraft. Try not to let it discourage you. I know getting into a new game is pretty difficult, and then go to find out there's just so many different ways to play it. Try not to let it frustrate you. So, if this helped at all, please give me a subscription, you know, hit that subscribe button, give me a follow, all that other fun stuff. World of Warcraft is definitely a fun game, and I think you're going to have a really great time as you guys go along. But the first step is just getting into the game and getting that experience. All right, guys, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and I'll talk with you guys again soon.